Okay, I realized I didn't even go over the page with you, but that video was long enough anyway, and I just didn't want it to get too super long. So this will be a much shorter video as we go through the page. Make sure to put your name and date on the top of the page. Make sure, so I know as I'm grading through it whose is whose. But you can see the box, and it talks about longer two-digit division, or two-digit divisors. And it gives you 750, divided by 20. 750 divided by 20. So the first thing you do, remember, always put your line over the first two digits, okay? Now they've done it for you on your page, I believe, but draw a line over the first two digits, and then you're not going to worry about 20. Just like in our multiplication, we didn't worry about the big numbers. We went back down to the small. And when you make it smaller, it makes it so much easier. So how many 2's are in 7? Divide 2 into 7. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, 8's too big, so 2, 4, 6. Okay, so there's 3 2's in 7. So you write the 3 in the quotient above the 5. Step 2, multiply 3 times 20. So 3 times 0, 3 times 2, and you're going to end up with 60. And then step 3, subtract. 75 minus 60 equals, and if you subtract it carefully, it'll be 15. After you subtract, step 4, compare 15 with 20. Is 15 less than 20? And you can see it there. Yes, it is. 15 is less than 20. Step 5, bring down. Is there anything left to bring down? Yes, there is. There's the 0 after the 75. So bring down that 0, the next digit 0. Then step 6, divide 2 into the first two numbers, 15, because you have 1, 5, 0. So you're going to look at the first two numbers, 15, and divide how many 2's are in 15. 15 divided by 2 equals 7, and then you would have something left over. Continue with the remaining steps of division. So after you figure out that there's 7 2's in 15, you multiply 7 times 20, which equals 140. Then the next step is to subtract all over again. 150 minus 140 equals 10, okay? And when I have that 10, now I need to compare. Is 10 less than 20? Yes, it is. Is there anything left to bring down? No, there's not. So we're done with our problem, except for the fact that that 10 is hanging out down there by itself. It becomes our remainder 10, okay? So look carefully. I'll give you a hint about these. None of them have remainders. So if you did it correctly, you will not see a remainder. If you didn't do it correctly, then there's going to be remainders. A, B, or C, none of them have remainders, okay? And then I know you already have looked at the picture at the bottom, because how can you miss it? It says, Ham, the astro chimp, was trained to push levers in order to demonstrate that tasks could be done in space. So he's this little astro chimp, and he was designed to kind of push levers and do different things to show that those things could be done in space. All right, solve the story problem. At the store, Mrs. Enders bought 3 pounds of peaches at $2.49 per pound. That's important. 2 loaves for $6.78, a pound of butter for $4.25, and cereal for $4.93. Okay, so those are all the things that she bought, and then we haven't figured out one of those yet, because she bought 3 pounds of peaches, but it was $2.49 per pound. So what does that per mean? We said it means we multiply. So we're multiplying to figure out what the cost of the peaches were. So we figure out the cost of the peaches, but then we need to make sure that we add the bread, the butter, and the cereal. Some of you left out some in a few story problems ago, when it was something like this. You just kind of forgot to add in everything. So make sure to add in each part. Then find the average. Remember, add and then divide. Some of you are just adding, and you're not even adding correctly, and you're not even trying to divide. That is not the average. Next year, when you do average with Miss Phelan, you're not going to, or you might have to redo it with me, you're going to have a struggle because you're not practicing it. Please practice it correctly. Just add all those numbers together and add them carefully. Then divide by the numbers of, by however many numbers you added. So if you added 4 numbers together, divide by 4. And that will give you your average, and then circle the answer. Some of you have gotten better with that, so that's good. Section 4, write the temperatures. Pretty simple, you know how to do that. Then section 5, draw lines to match the temperature with its description. So look carefully at that. Then brain booster. It's telling you what 2 times 10 would look like, 2 times 100, 2 times 1,000. Well, now, if it's 2 times 100 million, what would that look like? So write that on the line. Then you have your little homework section that you can do, or you don't even have to really, because, we're at the end and that stuff that you should already know. I really want you to focus on this new concept, and then like your story problem and your finding the average, definitely. The other stuff, as much, doing it, that's great. But, it's great to see the whole page done. But at this point, I really want you to focus on those main concepts so that you can get them down. And if that's the best that you can get down and make sure, then please do that. All right, that's it for your page. So work hard on it. Make me proud like you've been. And yeah, what you got to do. And I will see you in the next video. See you. Love you. Bye.